edition of Craps Down Under. Today I'm going to go through the lay across again. Let's see how we go. Just going to give it a shot. We'll see what the dice do, and see if our performance is consistent with what we got last time. So pretty simple. If you didn't see the previous video, we're just laying $30 across all the numbers. Just like that. It is a lay bet. And that's all we do. And we're just going to let the dice, we'll lose a few times. We expect to lose a few times. We lose slowly, but we win good when the 7 shows. Now we will lose up to 4 losses, which is $120. It's actually, we do press on our very last bet. So it could be a little bit more, it could be 130 to about 150. Just depends what numbers it happens to hit. So we've got a 538, sorry. So that's the point. So we lose that one, and I'll stick him there. We don't do anything. We just let the dice decide, and there we go. So if you watched my previous video, the payout's 120. We owe $6 vig. When we've lost one, because it's on the 8 pays 25. So we're going to get 95 and we owe $5 vig. So the actual ultimate payout is $90. So we've got, that's it there. That's our payout, $90. And we'll set this one back up. And we start over. And we've got the 6 this time. So we lose that one. We don't do anything. We're just playing for a 7. That's our second one down. Now we'll lose up to 4 times. On our second win, our second loss, I should say. It's not a win, it's a loss. On our second loss, we do replace our bets. So we go straight back up to here because we've lost $60. This will win 120. So we're still going to come away with about a $54 profit after the vig. So let's see what we get. We got a 5. This is hit number 3, and I actually want you to see this losing. I mean, it doesn't win all the time. Of course, you get hot shooter, you're gonna get hurt. So that's bet number 3. Now, loss number 3. Loss number 3. Before I throw the dice, we do need to press up. And what I do tend to do is I will just put 10 on the 10, 10 on the 4. I'll put 15 on the 9. Or 5, I'd put 15 on the 5, but we're not replacing that bet. On the 8, I will typically put around 18, so it's basically the 3 units. I do have to put some whites, so pass that back, get some whites. That's 10, and we'll get back 3 reds. Change, take that. Alright, so I need 3 whites, 3 whites. So that's basically just $18 that I've pressed. Maybe I'll set it there just so you can see it clearly. That's 18 on top of our base bet. And this is our last bet. That's all we do. We just go to 4. If we don't get a 7, then we'll just start over again. And we've got a 5. Now that doesn't hurt us. And with this strategy, 5s and horn numbers don't hurt you. Or repeaters don't hurt you in horn numbers. There's a horn. Now there is something to be said. You could actually play this strategy with a small field and parlay it. And that would then potentially cover you for losses on these numbers, and also make something on when you're not getting knocked off. So that's something you could incorporate into it. And there's a 7. So let's see what we get. We get 40 there. It's going to win 20, and that's going to win 20. So overall, we're going to win $40. I'll take our bet down to base level, and I'll pay ourselves $40. In fact, what I can do, I'll take it out of our losses. So there's 40 of our losses. So that's these ones taken care of. This one here, he's got 45, he's going to pay 30. Well, don't quite have enough there, so I'll add 5 from the house. So that's that one taken care of. I'll take the 15 back to our rack. This guy's going to win 25 on that part. This is going to win 15. So it's a pretty nice payout. Again, there's not enough. We need to pay a little bit more. And same with this guy. He's going to win 25 on the flat. Sorry, I did that wrong. So 25 on the flat portion, 15 for the 3 units here. Same with this guy, 25 on the flat, 3 units here. I'll take all these extra pressed up back. All comes back. So as you can see, we well and truly covered all of our loss and made profit. Even though we're at our final bet, and that's okay if we lose again. We've lost 120 bucks. We just start over. The idea being that a shooter is eventually going to roll a 7. And how many times would you want to do that? That really depends on you. You could do it 2 times, you could do it 3 times, and then maybe step back and just go, well, this is a hot shooter. I'll just let them drift on by. Yes, you've lost maybe 240, but you have to understand when you're playing this, every 7, if you get 7s, back-to-back 7s, you're going to bank somewhere around, $114 every time on a 7. So it's pretty nice. There's a 10. So at the moment, we're not seeing a lot of 7s. I wouldn't say there's a lot of 7s here. So we don't do anything. We just lost that one. 5. So we don't do anything. Well, this one we do because we've lost 1. We lose that 1, we replace them. Place them back. Now the way I'm doing it, I haven't taken all the action down. If you're at a casino on the 7, you're going to take all your bets down, they'll pay them all out, and then you'll have to put them all back up. Right? So I'm just trying to make it a little bit quicker here. Now I haven't even followed the point, and the point is irrelevant to this strategy. These are just lay bets, they're always working, they're always on. And doesn't really matter what the point is. There's a 6. All right, so that's loss number 3. And now we have to put our action up. So I'll put 10 there, 10 on the 4. You could put more, it's up to you what you want to put, but you need to put, this is kind of the minimum. It's like 10, 15. I mean, you could certainly put more here, put 20 if you really want. Let's do that. Let's just put 20 up on the 4 and 10. We'll lose a little bit more if we get knocked off. And that's the reason why I'm just trying to keep it roughly around sort of 3 units of press. 6 we don't need to do. We've done everything we need to press. This is our final one. So the only number that so obviously a horn and a 6 is not going to hurt us. We're just playing for the 7. If we get knocked off, we just start at base level. You've got a 3. And you are going to get some horns, and a shooter's normally going to have the horns if they have a long roll, and there's a 7. So 4's kind of about the right number. It feels like, oh geez, I've lost 90 bucks. So let's see what we get paid out this time. We've got 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So we're going to get paid 25 for that, 25 for that. So there's 50 straight up for our action. And I may have forgot, oh no, did I pay VIG last time? Probably didn't pay my VIG last time, so I'm actually going to take out maybe $7 for the VIG from last time. That was something I omitted to do. So 50 for these 2. Let's just take the extra bit back. All right, so we'll just leave our flat, the original bet there. This one here is 45 and 45. That's going to pay 30. 30 is 60. Well, guess what? There's just not enough here to pay 60. So there's our $60 payout. And now we've got our 8. Our 8's going to get paid 25. And the 3 units there, well, we've got 1 of these. There we go. So we get all that back. All right, so let's add this up. Let's just work out roughly what our VIG is. And different casinos are going to do they'll either do it on the aggregated or they'll do each one independent. It really depends on your casino. There's another 25, so we've got 150 there. It's fair to say we're going to pay about $7 vig. So I'll just take $7 back. I'll take this extra pressed up stuff back. And there you go, bring in the money. So as you can see, we haven't done a lot. It seems like this wouldn't work. You think, oh, every time they're hitting a box number, it's costing me $30, it's costing me $30. But the way we're doing it, we're not getting dramatic with our pressing up. We're not getting, we're not escalating our bet levels up. We're keeping pretty flat. And the reason why it works is because of basically the law of averages. Shooters don't roll too many more than around, 7 or 8 rolls is the average. In fact, less than 6. Once you've rolled 6 rolls, you're actually above 50% of what, we're above halfway. So half of all shooters will be less than 6 rolls. So you have to understand that. Half. This is not an average, I'm talking about half of all shooters roll less than 6 rolls. So that's all you've got to kind of last for, and you're going to win half the time on average. That's how it works, right? So this is why it kind of does work, but I'm not going to say you're not going to get beaten up on a hot shooter and a long hand. Of course, it's going to hurt if you keep staying with it, and that's why I'm saying, well, just step aside. Maybe start putting in a little feeler bet on the field. Maybe if one of these gets knocked off, you go, oh, maybe I'll put $12 here and just see what happens. Maybe I'll get another hit on there. Helps to pay for some of what you just lost. You can just start blending into light side as the hand progresses. If it's a longer hand, you don't just keep staying up and getting beaten up. But I am actually just trying to show this. So let's just see where we're at. Because it's not like we haven't been beaten up. We haven't had a perfect come out 7. We haven't had. You see lots of come out 7s. We haven't had anything like that. Every shooter's had a pretty. They've had a few numbers that they've hit. They've hit at least 3 numbers every shooter. So it's not like it's been a super great roll for us. But where we are, take all this back. 5. I've got 10 there. All right. Just going to do a little rough colour up here. After that, we've got a $600 bankroll. It's not a huge bankroll we're playing with, but we're up $150. So that covers us at least 150, 160, 167 or something, right? So that kind of covers you for a loss. If you get a long shooter now, you've got enough there to go, that's okay. Win some, lose some. But also from a percentage point of view, $600, 10% is $60, right? 20% is 120. That's more than 20% profit. That's time to go. That's what that represents. That represents you've made your 20% profit. And you should only ever really be aiming for 20 to 30% if you want a reliable sort of outcome. Any more than that, you then are staying at the table longer, and then you potentially get beaten up. So just sharing that based on your bankroll, you kind of want to aim for that 20% is where you really, any more than that's a bonus. And so we've already kind of had our bonus, met our bankroll target, and we've had our bonus play already. So anyway, let's see what this next shooter does. Come out 7. So that $100. It's actually 120, but we owe $6 vig, so it's actually $114. Now, what I might do, I might just pay the 6 that way, and I'll just get back the 120. A bit easier. All right. So when you get a 7 like that, now we're well and truly. We've made our money, all right? We've definitely made our money. We take all our action down. We've made another $100. It's a good outcome. And we've got another 7. So Again, I'll pay it out as 115, and I'll take a 1 away. All right, if it wasn't time to go, it kind of is now. And this is all you kind of got to hang in there for, to just get a couple of 7s. That's all you need to really do. And you quickly recover any losses you may have, we may have got knocked off on that 4th roll on some of those previous shooters. But you've seen just how quickly, bang, 100 bucks, bang, 100 bucks. It actually recovers very quickly, even though you might get knocked off a few times. So even on a nice long run where a shooter goes and hits 10 of these, you still, because of repeaters and because of horns and things like that, you still might only have lost twice, like got to the end of the series twice. So that's what, 240 bucks. And then you make a couple of 7s, you got it all back. Like, that's how quickly it comes back. So here we go, there's a 4. So I've had a little cluster of 7s, but it doesn't mean the 7 won't keep appearing, it might. There's a 5. So that's what I mean. Often you got to take your gift. I would have said that's a gift. We go after that. We do need to put our bets back up. So before I get too carried away here, replace them. That's all we're doing. Aces doesn't affect us. 5. So back on that 5. So we'll stay off that 5 for this one, and now we're just pressing up. So look, I'll go up to 20 on the 10. Go 15 extra on the 9. Let's do that. And we'll go 18 extra on the 6 and 8. 18. And 1, 2, 3. We'll need to hand that back to the house and get some 1s. 3 there, back in our rack. And we'll put maybe 20 up here. All right. So there we go. Ace deuce doesn't affect us. Also called an Aussie yo, because if you down under, it's a yo, right? So ace deuce is the Aussie yo. There's that 5 again, still doesn't hurt us. Ace deuce again. That 5 again. That's a crazy roll. 8. So there we go, we've got knocked off. All right, so we go fine, accept defeat. You've taken all that off me. All right, so I'm going to take all this back. Just going to go back to base bet, back to base bet, back to base bet, and I'll start over. Now, it's up to you whether you want to go back on the 8 if you think it might hit. You don't have to, but if you do get the 7 come up, you will obviously not make as much. But really, if you think there might be a repeater, then don't go back on the 8. So we'll keep our losses over here so we can kind of track how much we've lost. Because I do want to show how this fails. It is really important to see it's not all happy days and sunshine. You're going to get cases where it does hurt you. Now 4, that's another loss, so we'll put that one over there. We don't do anything. So they've hit the point, whatever, I'm not sure if they did or not. 9, so that's our second one. So we're on our second series. So that's the first series loss. This is our second series of losses. So now we need to replace our 2 bets. That's what we do. We just keeping it flat, still the same level. All right, I think that probably is the point, let's say it's the 9. Not that it matters. There's a 5. So we are getting beaten up on this shooter. He's having a really good run. All right, so now this is now at our final level where we go into press. So I put 20 there, put 20 on the 4, and I am going to have to get some more reds. Let's get 100 in reds. There's 100 in reds. And do 3. And do 3. And I do need to put caps on. Do 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's just 18 up on the 6 and 8, 15 on the 5 or 9, but the 5's the one that got knocked off, and then 20 on the 4 and 10. That's all we press it up. This is our last go. If we get knocked off, we don't go any further. But this is an example of a shooter that you might go, well, this is not my day on this shooter. This shooter's hot as, and potentially you don't go any further with this guy because he's just rolling fantastic. But let's just say, no, we're going to keep going. We're going to see how much we can lose. We're just going to see how much he can hurt us, right? So again, we take all of our action back down to base level. All right, take it all back down to base level. I'm going to see how much he can hurt us. All right, so let's see. 4, he's still hurting us. He's not shy. It's a nice run. 8. So he's still banging out those numbers. This is series number 3. All right, so he's going well. Let me get the whites. Put them there. Put all the reds there. So he's certainly taken a few hundred off us already. So now we're back into two losses on this session, on this series, I should say. So now we're back to here. Let's see what we get. Oh, 8, he's still going. He's out for us. So that's number 3, and this is our final one where we press up. So I'm just doing this as to show the punishment. All right, I personally wouldn't have stayed because of the gain I've already made. I would have been out. I'm not going to stay around and get beaten up because the tables always do turn. When you get that gift, don't walk away from it. Oh, so this is like lost series number 3. Oh, finally we got it. So let's see. We've got a 7. All right. So we've got 30, 40, 50 here, 50 here. So that's going to be 25, 25 is 50. So let's take that out. There's 50 there. We do owe some VIG. And that's we'll worry about the VIG in a minute. So there's 50 there for these. Let's take our pressed up part back. This one here is 45, and 45 is going to pay 30 and 30, which is 60, right? So I'll take 60 out of there. All right. This 8 here, he's going to get a 25, and he's going to get a 15. So I want to show you and see, let's see how long it takes us, even though we got beaten up, because this is what everyone goes, oh, well, if you get a long run, you know, this is a terrible strategy because, you know, you're just going to keep copying it. And yeah, it's going to hurt if you keep staying there. We've had a bit of a loss, but that's okay. Eventually, a 7 appeared. That's okay. Let's just see where we're at versus what we started with, even though we endured that terrible run. I'll put this all back up because I'm not done. I actually want to see how quickly we recover, but I also just want to do a little stock take, see where we're at. It's very clear to me we're still way ahead, even though we took that beat up. All right, there's 3 greens. All right, 3 greens. We can put those back here. I'm just trying to get us back to even in the rack. We're literally 1 green down, so still up 170, 75 bucks, a little bit more. So up 175. I'm not complaining about that at all. Yes, we gave some back, gave back some winnings, but I'm showing what it's like to get beaten up, and then what it might be like if we do get some 7s and the table doesn't continue to be hot. That was a pretty nice run. I'm going to say it wasn't a good run, it was quite a nice run. 9. 7 was gone for quite a while. 9's the point, so we lose 1 here. I'm going to keep this track of our losses here, see how quickly we can recover them. There's a 5. That's our second one. So replace these bets. So certainly not a cluster of 7s. We haven't. This is not a cold table. Oh, there's a 7. But again, should still hit two numbers. If you're playing the inside, you would have possibly got a couple of hits there. So let's see what we get. We get 15, 15, that's 30. So we're going to get 30 for that. So let's take one of those back. We're going to get 20 and 20, which is 40. So let's take 40 back. All right, so we're taking a bit back here. 25 and 25. All right, so that's pretty nice. So all up, 100, basically it's 120 bucks. We're going to owe $6 in VIG. So we'll pay our VIG. Pay that back. Now, I could put it over here if you want, but no, I'll pay it back to the house just to be clear, because that's kind of our, oh no, I'll put it back here because it's kind of is kind of our loss. So I'll chuck the VIG there. All right. 5. All right, 5's the point. We lose 1. I've got the 6. So we lose the second one. Okay, it's not super cold. We're not getting back-to-back 7s. Shooters are still, they're staying on the insides. There's aces. 5 again. So hit the 5 twice, hit the point. So that's loss number 3. So now we've got to step it up. So we'll go 20 on a 4 and 10. Why not? Just stick that on top there. We'll put up 15 on our 9. I need to get some more reds. Let's do that. In fact, I might, oh, you know, that'll do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take back the green. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Pass that and get some whites. 3 there. And 1 there. Alright. All good. So we're all set up. Now we're just hoping we either get a 7 or 5 or horns. That's all we're kind of hanging out for. Got the 5, that doesn't hurt us. So the shooter's back on the 5 if we bother tracking the point. You got the 8, so we lost that one. So again, still a light tape, still a warm table. It's not a, it's definitely a light siders table. We'll put that accumulated loss there. We'll go back down to base level. Just say bring me down to 30 on all my numbers. Whoops. And I need to put 2 back up. You're going to replace the 6 and 8. Oh, sorry, your 5 and 8. Let's do that. Oh, the dice. Don't know what that was going to be, but obviously went off the table. There's a 9. So again, getting that's our first loss on this series, this new series, because we finished the last series. We hit our last. We got our 4th hit, so we're done. So now we start over. So this is loss number 1 on this new series, and there's our 7. So again, you're going to get paid 15, 15 is 30. You're going to get paid 20 there, so that's 30 plus 20 is 50. You're going to get paid 50 here, 50 here, that's 100. So you're going to basically get paid 100. So you're going to owe $5 VIG. So let's pay the 100. And I'll put the VIG over here as that's what we've kind of, is net 95. And let's put out by a $30 bet again. So if you have a look, it looks like we've got a lot here, but really we've only got a little bit here, a couple of 7s. That's basically, I think, about $100 there in reds. So a couple of sevens, we will recover that. 5. But I'm actually showing this because I want you to see this on a warmer table. 5 again doesn't hurt us. And there's a 7. So again, 30, 15 plus 15 is 30, plus 20 is 50, plus 25 plus 25 is 100. So let's take 100 out. And let's pay back $5 vig. Stick that on that pile. So that is the pile there, just so you can kind of see what we've got. And oh, 7, $120 less $6 vig. So let's take 120 out of this. Alright, then I have to work this out now. 1, 2, 3. Actually, let's do it here. 1, 2, 5. Alright, 25. Whoops, that's one too many. I'm terrible at. I'm not a dealer, so just be aware of that. So that's 100 there. Let's just take that back. I'll pay that out as 4 greens. There's 100. So we get that back, plus we owed 20. We still need 20. So there's 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. I'll replace that with a red. Alright, so that's our 100 and, so what am I doing? Should have been less, the other way around. My bad. That's what we should get paid, 114 less $6 vig. It's 120 payout less $6 vig. That's what we should get paid, 114. So sorry about all of that. But I'm trying to take it out of our losses. And as you can see, literally a couple of 7s and it's all gone away. You know, any of our accumulated loss, now we're back into the full profit that we had, less about $50. 8. Alright, so we lose that one. Just want to get us back, get all of our loss back, and then we'll probably call it quits. 7. Alright. Okay, so basically again, 15 plus 15 is 30, plus 20, alright, is 50, plus another 20 is 70, plus 25 here is $95. So 95, we're going to owe $4 vig. So let's take out 90. We need to come get something from the house here. There's 90. And that would be our, actually, so what did I say? It was 95 and $4 vig. So 91 is what we owe. Right, so there we go. We've well and truly cleared our debt. Because the vig was only, was it $4? Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, $5. So take that one back. There we go, $90. So sorry about the mess up with the vig there. Again, I'm not a dealer, so you'll just have to excuse my rough approach to it. And my mate Tony's probably cringing if he's watching my videos. He's probably absolutely cringing because he's been a crap stealer for 20 something years. So let's see where we're at. We've done well, even though, and I'm not checking out now. I'm literally checking out now that we've cleared our debt. We could stay in. Well, let's do it. Let's just see if we can pick up a trend of like a couple of 7s or something, because we've had not that many 7s. I mean, this has not been a very 7-rich session, yet we've still made profit. Maybe we'll see a you know, a spade of sevens. Who knows? Let's just run this a little bit longer. Aces. Ace deuce. Oh, there's a 9. Lost one. There's a 10. Lost another one. Let's chuck them back. Or maybe we'll dig a hole. Maybe we'll have another shooter go on a tear and hurt us bad. Who knows? There's a 7. All right. So again, we make 60 bucks roughly once we pay for this. So it's 120 is what we get paid. We've got 60 there. So I'll throw in this and I'll add in $1, take back 5. This all goes back into our rack. So I know it looks scary because you've got all this money out there and oh, you're getting hit, but it's not that bad. You've seen how quickly it can recover. There's a 7. You know, not even any loss there, right? Chuck it in your rack. So that's kind of what I wanted to see, just a couple of 7s come back to back. Let's pull us all down. Let's get back in the rack. Let's go to the cage, call it a session. Let's see where we ended up. 1, 2, 300. There's our original, everything here is profit. There's our original 600, right? Original 600. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a spare one. Let's take that back. So I can't do much about the 15 there. So I can get a couple of blacks. Oh, we can get ourselves a purple. So there you go. Take that back. That's a purple there. All right, so 500, 50, 60, 65, 66. So 566. Not a bad outcome from a $600 bankroll. And I think it's actually pretty reliable because every time I go to the craps table, you're lucky to get a hot hand. You're lucky to see some hot, long hands. Most of the time, it's a pretty cold table. It's very choppy. This actually does very well on choppy tables. And to get that kind of return out of a $600 bankroll, yes, we stayed longer. And I said I would have probably checked out after we had, we're up about 300. We've stayed in there, gone through a bit of a downswing, still stayed in the profit. We didn't really go below water. We still had lots of profit still in our rack, but we persisted through those that sort of hot hand and the long rolls, and we got some 7s, and look at that, almost doubled our bankroll. And I do find this a pretty reliable approach. Yes, it is a bit scary getting knocked off 30 bucks every time the shooter doesn't roll a 7. It's 30 bucks. It's 30 bucks. It's like 30 bucks, and it feels kind of scary. You just got to kind of practice this, get used to how it feels, and you lose slow, but you win it back quick. When those 7s are appearing, you're winning 100 bucks every time, and you're risking 30 bucks. You're risking 30 bucks on each roll, except for that last one where you press it up a little bit. But you're winning, so you're risking 30 bucks and you're winning over 100. It's not a bad deal. And it's not like a one roll bet if you're doing the NE7, right? The NE7 is a one roll bet. You don't lose your money if it's a repeater or if it's the horn number, these numbers, right? You're not losing when it's those numbers. And you could play this with a field, as I said earlier. You could put in a bit of a field and maybe do a field parlay. Maybe you could start with 10, right? Then you win, parlay it up. Now you got 20. Maybe they rolled ace deuce. Then maybe they hit the 4, right? And so now you're 20, you win another 20 there. Well, guess what? You've just paid for your 4, right? You've literally just paid for it, right? Just from the parlay. Because the parlay always wins 3 units. That's what you risk. You put 10 up, you won 10, now you win 20. So that's your 3 times your base bet as a minimum. If you get one of these, a 2 or a 12, you could actually get more. So you could actually factor in a very low ball field into what I've just showed you. So there's some food for thought. Hope you enjoy that. It's not a fluke. This is pretty reliable. Yes, it'll hurt when you have a long roll, but you can just step aside. Go 2, maybe go 3. I showed we went 3, and it took us three series. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 knocked off. Okay, started again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got to the end of that. Okay, start again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then bang, we actually got it. And the shooter had a great roll. And then we got our, roughly, I don't know, what was it, $90, somewhere around there of profit. So that kind of covered a little bit of our loss. And then we got another 7, bang, loss, it evaporates after 2 7s. So it's quite nice. So I'll leave it there, and appreciate you watching, appreciate all the feedback, appreciate all the new subscribers. Yep, that's great. Some people have reached out to me and sent emails to me and telling me how much they like the content and the stuff I've been doing. So it's really nice to get that feedback from everyone who's given me their thoughts. And yeah, I'm just here to share and explore the game. If you've got any strategies you'd like me to run, I'm happy to try and give them a go. If they don't involve shooting, I'm not a dice shooter or setter. So if it's something to do with setting dice, I'll probably it's not something I'm really that comfortable to do because I'm just simply not a dice setter. So I don't have any kind of skill in that space. So happy to roll out strategies though. If you've got anything you want to send in, please either write to me. My email's crapsdownunder.com. At gmail.com. Sorry, I'll say that again, crapsdownunder@gmail.com. I believe it's on my channel, so if you want to send any strategies in, I'm happy to give them a rollout and give them some analysis and show them. But yeah, hope you all have a great day, and we'll see you again soon.